VOA's Carolyn Presutti reviews the history of U.S. presidential debates and explains how some may have changed the course of the election.
One of the first political debates in the U.S. took place in Illinois in 1858. Senatorial candidates Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas stood on this rock and argued over slavery. Lincoln lost the race, but went on to win the presidency 2 years later. 10,000 people watched the debate in this park. Fast forward 100 years, and many more would watch a presidential debate on a fairly young technology called television.
Are we doing as much as we can do?
A tanned Senator John F. Kennedy, visually overpowered and uncomfortable and sweaty Vice President Richard Nixon. Journalist Howard K. Smith moderated the debate.
We offered Nixon makeup, but in those days television was still new to politicians, and it was considered effeminate to have makeup, so he refused it.
Kennedy won the election, some say partially due to the debate. It was 16 years before another presidential debate would be held, and it appeared costly for the incumbent. President Gerald Ford made an understatement about Russia when facing challenger Jimmy Carter, and he eventually lost the election.
There is no Soviet domination of Eastern Europe, and there never will be under a Ford administration.
Senator Benson.
In 1988, Democratic vice presidential candidate Lloyd Bentsen scored high in this retort to his Republican rival Dan Quayle. First, Quayle.
I have as much experience in the Congress as Jack Kennedy did when he sought the presidency.
I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
The Republicans won the election anyway. George H.W. Bush became president. In 1992, he ran for re-election. In one debate, television cameras caught him glancing at his wristwatch, as if uninterested. He lost the election. Debates can be the tipping point in close elections. That's because it's the first time Americans see both candidates together on the same stage, debating the same issues, but explaining why their ideas are better than their opponents. Every 4 years, presidential candidates spar at 3 debates. The first debate attracts the largest audience. Another is a town hall with questions from the floor. President Obama appeared relaxed in that debate 4 years ago.
I understand your frustration and your cynicism.
I'll have credibility on the economy when he doesn't.
But many agree Mitt Romney is a skilled speaker, especially when he's prepared. In Denver, Colorado, Carolyn Presutti, VOA News.